on this agenda as well as on the Regional Housing Trust website. Brielle, do we have anybody who has given public comment?
We do not.
Okay, seeing no public comment, do any board members wish to make any changes to agenda order? I'm seeing no requests for that. The Regional Housing.
Sorry, live stream feedback issue. Okay,
that's okay. Seeing no changes to the agenda order, we only have 2 agenda items. Agenda item number 5, loan guidelines. Brielle, please take it away.
All right. Thank you all for joining on such late notice. So we submitted loan guidelines and underwriting standards with our LHTF application in August, and the state sent us an email on Friday asking if we could add 2 things in. And what they were asking for was to specify operating expenses that met the state guidelines and that specified a debt coverage ratio between 1.1 and 1.2. I also took the liberty of adding a 3rd item just in case they come back with something else, just saying that on projects that the trust funds that also has HCD funds, we will meet all of their standards for that funding. So that is what is highlighted on your screen right now. It was highlighted in the agenda packet, and no other changes were made to either of these documents that we reviewed in August. So I am happy to answer any questions.
Do any of the board members present have any questions for staff? You can either just unmute yourself or raise your hand. I see no raised hands in the chat function. And if no one is unmuting themselves, do we have any public comment on agenda item number 5?
We do not.
Seeing no public comment, I'll bring it back to the governing board for either comments, questions, or a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the guideline. This is Andrade Stadler.
Thank you. We have a motion from board member Andrade Stadler. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second from, sorry, you both went right at the same time. I'll at this time recognize a second by board member DeFrank. We have a motion, a second. Any final comments before we vote? I see no raised hands and no one requesting to speak. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Chair Liano.
Yes.
Director Andrade Stadler.
Yes.
Brielle, Becky's here if you want to promote her.
Sure.
I can't.
Okay, just a moment while Vice Chair Becky Shevlin
I don't know what the problem was. I had to end up calling in my phone. My computer did everything else from Brielle came through except for the Zoom instructions, and I don't know why, but anyway, I'm here and yes.
Thank you, Vice Chair Shevlin. Brielle, if you'd like to continue with the roll call.
Okay. Director Andrade Stadler?
Yes.
Okay. Director Boyer?
Yes.
Director Cortez?
Yes.
And Director DeFrank?
Yes.
Wonderful. Looks like the motion passes. And now we'll move on to our final action item number 6, underwriting standards and procedures, page 7 of the agenda packet. Brielle, please.
Yes. So it is the same exact update to both documents. So we added in the operating expenses, which match the state's operating expense requirements, and then debt coverage ratio between 1.1 and 1.2.
Are there any questions for staff from the governing board? Please either raise your hand or simply unmute yourself to ask a question. I see no raised hands on Zoom, and I see nobody unmuting to ask a question to staff. Brielle, do we have any public comment on this item?
We do not.
With no public comment, I'll bring it back to the governing board. I'll open it up to the governing board for either questions, comments, or a motion on this item.
Move to approve, Andrade Stadler.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second, Becky Shevlin.
Vice Chair Shevlin moves and seconds. Let me see. Before we take a vote, any final comments or questions? I see no raised hands and no one's unmuting to speak. So can we have a vote, please?
And Chair Liano?
Yes.
Vice Chair Shevlin?
Yes.
Director Andrade Stadler?
Yes.
Director Boyer?
Yes.
Director Cortez?
Yes.
And Director DeFrank?
Yes.
Wonderful. Looks like the motion passes. I speak for all of us in Brielle. If we could notify, if I'll be happy to sign this electronically per our protocols, and if we can get this forwarded to HCD as soon as possible. Everybody, that concludes our brief agenda. I'm just in at about 6 minutes, 45 seconds. I think that's some sort of record. I hope all of you have a wonderful holiday and stay safe.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.
Merry Christmas. Bye.